All right, we're live. Hello, everybody. Lindsay Weiss here. I'm so excited to be coming to you guys straight from our Success Club trip. We are cruising our way to the Bahamas right now. You can see behind us is the lovely ocean, and the sun has just about set over here. We just went through a storm and saw an amazing rainbow. And I have two lovely ladies here with me today that I wanted to ask a couple questions. They are brand new coaches on the team. We have Izzy Bradshaw from London.
Hi.
She is currently the top coach in the United Kingdom right now. Yay! That's so exciting. So exciting. And I have Claire here, who is from California. These ladies are brand new coaches, just started almost less than a year ago, if not a year ago, and they have made this trip. They've earned this trip. They're here with me. We are sitting here and we have been drinking a little drinks and having a good old time here on this Success Club trip. Are you guys having an amazing time?
So much fun.
What do you think about the trip so far?
I can't really believe that the entire boat is the whole, like, all of the coaches, all of their partners, all of their families.
Yeah.
All
Someone said this
expense
is the
paid.
biggest boat in the world.
Yeah.
The biggest. I'm like, and it's entirely filled with people on our team. So I'm
Crazy,
like,
right?
It's amazing.
Crazy. It's so cool. This is my 7th trip with the company. I've been here for 8 years, and this business has completely changed my life. But I wanted to ask these ladies a little bit about how it's changed theirs. So I'm going to start with Izzy. And could you tell me, what was your life like before you became an influencer?
So, honestly, like, I appeared to have it all on paper. Like, I had the corporate job, I was a director age 30, I set up an office for a large corporate property firm in London. It was highly successful, and I have my little boy. He's now 3, but at the time he was 9 months old. And I literally just like lived for the weekend. But by the time I reached the weekend, I was so burnt out that I just literally just was so depressed. Like, I did this like amazing career, like everyone was like, wow, Izzy, like you just got everything so perfect. And I just literally felt like, number one, burnt out, but number two, just that I completely lacked purpose. And so for me, I was like, there has to be something else. And I didn't realize there was anywhere else to turn. I just felt completely trapped, and it was not great. Like I was really, really anxious. I had bad anxiety. Yeah.
And for Claire, what was your life like before Beachbody came into your life?
honestly, it was just like confusing. Like Izzy said, I had no purpose, and my story is actually similar to Izzy's. I worked in corporate property management as well. At a really young age, I got my foot in the door, and I work hard, so I made my way up like high fast in that business, and I eventually made my way to the corporate office, which I thought was my dream. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, to make it to the corporate office and be one of those amazing people would just be so cool. And I made it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is what it is. It was so not what I expected. It was like horrible. I was locked in this little office with no windows, and it just was not what I expected, basically. And so I was so lost. Like, I was so lost. I would sit in my office, and I think back and I really feel bad because I complained to a lot of the people I worked with there. And I'm like, to them, that might have been their passion, and to me, it wasn't. And I complained all the time. I just was miserable, to be honest. I would get home, like Izzy said, I lived for the weekends, yet I wouldn't do things I loved on the weekends because I was so just drained and exhausted, and I had no purpose for anything. So I think for me, it was just a mess, like confusing mess until I found this.
That is so awesome. Well, actually, we'll get to what's awesome.
Now it is.
Now that we're here on this ocean, it's
Yes.
amazing. But I think a lot of people out there relate to that kind of, I call it Groundhog Day, because it's like the same old, and there's got to be more to life than this.
Yeah.
And then you cap yourself on an income level at the same time, and it's like you're capped at a vacation time. You only get so many weeks off.
Yeah.
You only get so much sick time. You only get so much income.
Totally.
And in what we do, it's literally building your own business. So when you guys got introduced to the business, Let me ask you, what was it that just brought you to being like, I want to do this? Izzy, you can go first.
So I'd naturally always been into fitness. So like I was a gymnast and hurdler when I was younger. So I had always been a real strong believer of like a healthy body, healthy mind. And actually my mum always used to say to me, like when I was in corporate and I used to really, really struggle, like I reached the point where I would like literally cry every Friday. Like I'd just cry. I just hated it so much. And she would be like, Izzy, you just need to go out and you need to do some exercise. And so for me, the fact that this opportunity is based on pouring into yourself and then pouring into others who perhaps in the same situation I was in, whilst ensuring that I never have to feel that way again, is like, that was a game changer for me. I was like, I can work on my fitness and my health and then give this amazing gift to other people. Like, there really can't be anything better in my opinion. Like, what a rewarding career.
Yeah, I'm really similar to that too. I actually only maybe a year before I started with this had I really gotten into fitness, and even in just that year it had changed everything for me. And that was also a big part of why I was so miserable in that corporate world, because I didn't even have time to work out, and I knew that that's what made me feel good. But I would get home from work and I would have to make dinner, and then it would be so late after commuting an hour, I wouldn't even get to work out. And I'm like, that's what fuels me, that's what makes me feel good. So for me, I was like, I can make money teaching people how to feel that way. That, I mean, to me, that was like amazing.
Oh, I love it. So, you've been doing this for a good year or so, a little under a year they've been in this. So what is your life like now since this company has come about and you've been building for almost a year now?
I mean, what isn't it like? Like, it's kind of almost impossible to answer the question. Like, I'm so much happier. Like, people say to me, "Is you like what are you drinking?" Like, you're so much happier. Like, and it sounds super cheesy, but I feel complete. Number one, I get to spend quality time with my son. Like, I pick the hours that I work. We don't have to have a full-time nanny. I get to come on trips like this, all expense paid. Like, usually we would like pay for a trip like this. I'm not working on someone else's cock. Like, I'm gonna say I'm pretty driven. So like for me, I work my own hours. Claire and I work together. Like, we have our good days and our bad days, but ultimately it's up to us. And that is like, the weight of the world has been lifted off my shoulders. So like the entire world looks completely different. It's like, I always had this really negative view of things, whether or not that was my mindset or the job I was doing, I'm not sure. Like, I've done a lot of personal development. Yeah. But now, like, I'm just, I think the way I was supposed to be all along, to be honest.
Yeah. For me, it has provided me purpose. Like, I used to drag myself out of bed in the mornings to go to my job, and I'm not a morning person. I never have been. And now I literally wake up early because I'm so excited to jump into work. Like, that blows my mind, because I'm like, oh, I'm not a morning person. No, it was just because I hated what I was doing. I was unhappy. Now I jump out of bed. I'm like, okay, I got to get my routine going and get my workout in, and I feel good. I'm excited for the day. For me, like, that's the biggest thing that I've noticed. It's like, it provided me purpose. It gives me a reason to want to get out of bed, and I don't think there's anything better than that.
That's so awesome, you guys. Okay, last question before we go. And we can you can make this super quick, but we'll ask you, Izzy first, what are your takeaways on starting the business? What are your top tips for somebody who's just getting started, or maybe somebody who's a little confused, they've already become a coach?
Don't overcomplicate things. Just do the things. Like, follow the training, do the things it tells you to do, feel uncomfortable, do it anyway. Fail forwards, like, literally you're going to fall flat on your face, you're going to get back up, and you're going to be like, wow, I've grown, like, I feel amazing. And it's just trusting the process, and like, literally it is like a flower blooming. You just have to do the things, not overcomplicate it, and enjoy it. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah, mine kind of goes along with that too. It's like, don't put too much pressure on yourself, because when you look at this as a way of bettering yourself physically and mentally, the amount you can just learn as a human about yourself and about how to better yourself, that is, if you look at it like that, it shouldn't overwhelm you. Like, it should be somewhat of like, this is amazing, I get to just work on myself. And so to me, if you just look at it like that, And then the other thing too is like, again, like with social media, don't think that you can't do anything until your social media is at a certain place, because it's something that comes with time, and as you go through it, you grow. So
love it.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for
Thanks,
letting me
guys.
interview
thank you. Bye.
Bye guys.